The thing about the Marie Deschamps report on sexual misconduct in the Canadian Forces, which came out today, that I find troubling is that I think it just goes a couple of steps too far. I don't think anybody can doubt that in every institution, whether it's civilian or military, there are going to be some problems and some people who misbehave sexually, who are too touchy, who take liberties, handsy, whatever you want to call it, and obviously, occasionally, cases of sexual assault. And the military is no different, I'm sure. But reading this report, which I've done twice now, I have to say I didn't recognize the institution, which I think I know pretty well. I've spent a lot of time over the years with Canadian soldiers, 3 different kinds of experiences. When I was a young woman, when I was a middle-aged woman, and now that I'm an old woman. And I've been with them under fire. I've been with them in relaxed deployments. I've been with them in Canada, rafting with about 35 men and me when I was just a young woman, up the Yukon River to Dawson City. And I can't accept that what this former Supreme Court judge says is true. She says there is a sort of hyper-sexualized culture in the Canadian Army, the military, which is dangerous to women and hostile to women. And either I am completely immune to this sort of thing and I am impossible to offend, which may be true, because I'm pretty hard to offend, I think. But it's either that or she's laying it on a bit thick, if you like, because I didn't see any evidence of that, and I wasn't with soldiers in fancy circumstances where, their supervisors were hanging around, etc. I was with them in fairly relaxed situations, men and women soldiers, and I didn't see any of this. Now, there are tensions, to be sure, because when you're dealing with a profession, and the profession of arms is, primarily still a male-dominated one, though there are more and more women in it, I think you're going to have some tensions. But I think this report is painting the Army and the Navy and the Air Force with a brush that is so broad that it's distorting.